It seems from this newly released video of Diddy and Kim Porter that Diddy mistreated Kim worse than we previously believed. We've been aware for a while that Diddy cruelly mistreated Kim when they were together as well as after their breakup, as several sources have discussed over things throughout the years about how Diddy handled Kim in private. But it's nothing in comparison to the newly released video something just released, because it's quite awful. The clip kind of establishes Diddy's maybe had a role in Kim Porter's passing. Therefore, you all need to take a seat for this, as the video might potentially be the citation that lands Diddy in prison. All right, so Diddy's journey has been followed by us for a long time, and you most likely already understand all the gossip around Diddy's purportedly dead Kim right now. For one, many people with knowledge of Diddy and Kim have disclosed that Diddy once placed hands on her, roughening her up in the process. A 2005 study revealed that Diddy reportedly broke her nose once. Kim Porter, Diddy's girlfriend, was left after the couple with a fractured nose. Argued in Sandrope on Cole's boat brings in a specialized plastic surgeon by plane after the disaster. From Geneva, Porter subsequently said that she hurt her face after her nose bang on the table. In accordance with Gene Deal, Kim finally became weary of his actions, and she began to fight back. It even seems like she sent him to the ER once.
One night, when they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
They finally split up when Diddy began long-term affair with Gassy, betraying her moment. Many think that Diddy purportedly eyed Kim while she was composing a read every book that has been written on him. It revealed everything, even though that most likely had a hand in it. Jaguar Wright also said something noteworthy about the purported outburst Diddy had at Kim after Kim provided Cass with some helpful details that Cassie managed to leverage to remove her from the harmful connection between Diddy and Jaguar. Said that Kim and you had a heart-to-heart spoke with Cassie immediately before her passes, reportedly free of pneumonia.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us. And I know Kim had some very good advice to give you. And I believe that this is why things are happening as they're happening now. Kim was smart, wasn't she, Cassie? Kept you alive and kept you safe. Congratulations on surviving and congratulations on standing up.
As well as when, unfortunately, Kim died a few months after Cassie's departure from Diddy. Jaguar was among the first to report BS about the correct pronunciation of pneumonia.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And
the only characteristic of Miss Jaguar is correct in that she will always oppose large business, particularly when it Diddy. But she wasn't the only one someone who believed that Diddy purportedly unived Kim, because to Kim's initial child, Daddy Alabama made it clear that he also believed that Diddy was accused of anything to Kim. He posted a mysterious message on Instagram saying, "I recently discovered this video from the morning I found out about the murder of Kim Porter and how it tore I am aware of my soul from my physical body." Very evident that Kimberly didn't just check out abruptly regarding pneumonia. That's a load of nonsense. We recently commemorated our son's new agreement and holiday special using Netflix, and she was doing great health as well as laughing at me and Diddy and Mutual's conversation in the theater. I will leave it here, please. Don't let the love songs deceive you into believing that he, after tagging Diddy, used this hashtag, okay? I really feel that Diddy stole Albie definitely indicated that Kim, when he shared a flashback, was still alive. A photo of them and a message she gave me, this proverb, art mirroring life mimics life. Everything now makes sense. She provided me further information while jogging. Tell the FBI about the intriguing portion, I said. Concerning this is that Albie Shore entered a coma soon after discussing this, and he almost passed away. And upon awakening, he never remarked on the coma from the issue again. Suspicious, don't you think? Nevertheless, Jaguar Wright also produced a fascinating observation on Kim's demise in addition to Albie Shore's time coma.
Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And Albie Shore was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
You guys, that's not everyone here recalls them. Federal papers from the federal indictment leaked information on Diddy. As it happens that the FBI was purportedly investigating Kim's death, and her family was prevented from bringing a case for wrongful death. Since they were already opposed to Diddy looking into him for that, According to the records that they have all been contacted by 3 family members and the FBI 6 friends and members have interacted, interviewed before, and have been informed to keep silent in Kim's former relationship as Cassie filed her own, she informed solicitors, complaint she had filed against Diddy details of Kim's passing Porter, and she is able to demonstrate why. Why Kim was killed in a different section of the paper revealed the federal government had a lot of inquiries about Kim's demise didn't make sense, as stated in the paper when Kim passed, there were inquiries about the way she passed away. If they are claiming that pneumonia was the cause and that she went gently to sleep, then how come their blood was found on Kim's pillowcases together with a little drop of blood on the floor of the bedroom, which led to the restroom? Why hasn't this been brought up? Kim remained undiscovered throughout. While unconscious in bed, she was found. If they discovered her on the bathroom floor while she was in bed, she was deliberately positioned there. Kim was not located by housemates who were also lying she had a medical professional overseeing her. Expert that was personally chosen by Kim's last phone conversation to Sean was also at 2:43 a.m. Kim was located, but 911 died later that morning at approximately, according to Kimora Simmons, 11 a.m. Yes, the authorities have been investigating this for a while, and it's probably they wanted to, so they went slowly. Present those accusations along with additional fees that would simplify things for want them to be found guilty and sent Diddy. Gonna spend a long period in prison. Let's chat about Kim Porter's book. Because, hey, book has been generating a great deal of drama throughout the last few months. Firstly, we are aware that a book exists because this has been verified by several sources. However, it was fascinating when Kim passed, her house was allegedly broken into and her laptop, which also held the book, because all of her tangible notes had been taken, and up until now, we have never seen the complete copy of the book, which individuals, assuming that a particularly strong individual who the book disclosed didn't want to, he allowed it to come into daylight and placed out a hit on Kim that we're all curious about. A single name that has surfaced in this talk, of course, is now with Diddy. Even if the book hasn't been viewed by us incomplete, a few snippets have surfaced on the media demonstrating how deeply Diddy was mentioned in the book. Her brief overview of the contents of the book discussing Diddy's homosexual partnerships video of the interactions with the guys he slept beside the Diddy introduces us to STDs and the heated exchange between Diddy and Usher's mother Marjay. Blig is expecting a child by Diddy, and she naturally had an ending the abuse she endured by pushing him all the way down the depths in 2007, a great deal, but that's not all of it. Just a few weeks ago, several new book pages were leaked, and they verified the rumored hand holding by Diddy about Kim's leaked pages described the tale of Diddy is envious of another guy. Despite the fact that they were apart from one another, Kim wrote that he hurled the card that is tied to me. I took it up, Sean, to read it. He gave me such a harsh smack. I struck the floor. Sean said, "Who are you?" in the other evening when I peered down looking at the card that was laying there beside me, and it was red. The other evening was so great he had to do it again. I attempted to clarify. He tossed the flowers at Sean. "Me, that isn't the how this works. You have my, you don't touch anybody else, kid, unless I permit it," she went on. "I begged Sean," he shouted at me. "Please," what I did all I could to soothe him. Most likely was unaware that it hadn't surfaced. Most likely you're dating someone else. Thus he yelled at me, and it seemed more intensity. "So why didn't you inform him?" To retreat, Sean, "I didn't." And later he suddenly struck me with the chair that I forget everything that happened until in the hospital room where I woke up. My arm was my face in a cast that was hanging from a sling ache, and I was in excruciating agony, as was my lip. As I approached, the first person I saw was of the one who placed me there. Following her hospitalization, he then had her disclose to others that she had experienced an automobile accident. She wrote, "Talked inanely and without passion, telling they didn't know you had an automobile. Unfortunate event when you struck your thinking he was going to portray me as insane. They were going to accept him. He was an you are a bastard kingpin." Sean used the next half year supporting my recovery and reintegrating himself into my life, and I was so foolish to get into my bed, and naturally I didn't get a part in either film. I understand that the producer passed away of pneumonia. So first off, this is really uncertain about the manner in which this producer passed away. Pneumonia, similar to what Kim had. Excerpts supported Cassie's assertions about the things Diddy would make her lie about her wounds in order to shield himself. It's amazing how similar everyone seems to be. Narratives pertaining to humor, at times you start to question whether anyone's lying. And it doesn't seem like it at the moment. Okay, so it was the ladies who were lying. You are aware of my statement that the feds are most likely going to press charges. Kim's demise in opposition to Diddy, apart from the multimillionaire and one of his charges already dealing with a rumor in public, is when the government supposedly discovered video of Diddy reportedly touching Kim with his hands and threatening to kill her and turn her into Vanish once more. This corresponds with everything that we currently know about Diddy, Don Richards, and Cassie Little Rod, all claiming in court cases that Diddy boasted of his ability to make people vanish. Tiny Rod even confessed that Diddy has boasted about his ability to purportedly kill people and obtain go with it, and the means by which he could once again, everyone he discovered himself in a great deal of difficulties. Due to this claim, the whole truth is emerging, and when that footage of him and Kim is seen in the court will seem much worse. I just ponder the feelings of his sons when all of this is shown in court, in particular, his children with Kim, Quincy, and Christian, and the twins, who are the boys now appearing in court to provide support. My heart aches for him when they finally understand what occurred to their mother. The followers have left comments and they've been saying things like this all over this. I just discovered that Kim Porter was undoubtedly killed by Diddy, but apparently the autopsy specialist who first determined it to be a murder as well inexplicably passed away, and the decision was strangely discarded and altered to pneumonia-related death. I'm hoping that he passes away in prison. My areas of interest are more in the reality of the partnership with Diddy Kim Porter, and I will definitely speak about a genuine, sinister plot that I can money that he probably killed in a wager. The tale of Kim Porter and Kim Porter is terrible, and I'm rather pleased with for Cassie to gain knowledge from that woman's destiny, and in charge of her story, Sean Combs is a monster who used his strength to dominate and influence others. Many never imagined the day would come when he'd be responsible each and every day. Why, y'all? Anything fresh? Thus, I need your approval. Remark and subscribe when I learned about it. What are your thoughts on this? Please share ideas and remarks underneath, followed by watch the following video. Music.